Всех приветствую, друзья, с вами Саня, и это мой канал Геймерзон. Продолжаем нашу трансляцию Hogwarts Legacy. И поехали. Уже не помню, на чем мы тут остановились. Но на чем-то точно. Ой, нифига. Лист нашел. Посетите занятия по изучению тварей. Погнали, посетим. Жук. Так. Вот тетка там уже кого-то учит. Блин, я знаю, что где-то вот тут еще листик летал. Интересно, я его поймал, наверное. Ревельо. В этом доме тоже побывал. Блин, какой я это... своевременный. Так, нам надо поспать. Поспать на снегу. Всем привет, привет. Ох, ебать, и дымку.
Excellent work today. Class dismissed.
Ugh. Can't say I'm terribly fond of all the dung in this class.
I take it you're ready to learn
I
your...
completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
Конечно, я знаю, что это может причинить вред окружающим. Так, давайте спросим. Будем все спрашивать.
Is this something we should be learning in school?
Better for you to learn it in school, where we can instruct you properly as to its use. Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements.
Что ж,
Remember,
приступим.
the exploding charm is highly volatile.
Ура! Я прям гений. За пару секунд выучил.
Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it.
Так, давайте его куда-нибудь вставим. Блин, ну вот я хочу... Давайте вот сюда. Будет тут пока еще вот это возьмем. А туда вот это.
Pumpkins.
Че, на чем практиковаться-то? На тыкве? Так. Давайте.
Excellent wand work. Cast the spell
Ебать.
just like that every time.
Это пока что
Assured
самое
and in
мощное наше
control.
заклинание, походу. Так, глянем, что там у нас есть еще. Потомство самой смерти. Это где-то в выручай комнате, что ли? Что он там нам предложит?
Have a moment. Please come and talk to Deke.
Ту-тум-тум, ту-тум-тум.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
Магический, короче, рецепт для загона нам надо купить. Он в Хоксмиде. Кстати, недавно для игры вышло обновление. А теперь говорят, что она не так лагает на компе. У нас-то она тут, в принципе, не лагала, но слегка графончик улучшился. Давай, блядь, дерево должно быть подстрижено. Еще раз. Блядь, нет.
It's always nice to see a familiar face.
Так. Косарь.
Now I can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the thestrals.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Так, думаю, этот домовик будет удовлетворен. Пролетимся тут. Ой, ну да, даже на метле покруче выглядит. Ну, кстати, если вот вдоль вот этого берега побегать, тут можно найти много... Блядь, сейчас. Вот этой херни. Явочный сок. Он тут везде валяется. Да. Бля. Харе, сука. Так, мне он потом пригодится, так что сейчас быстро пробегусь и пойдем. Ну, уже где-то 20-ку этого сока набрали. О. Такая музычка играет. скоро он его выведет. В этом я уже все взял.
Revelio.
Ой, кстати, сейчас еще, если тут пробежать или... нет, не тут. Я не знаю, что я сегодня так хочу побегать по Хогвартсу. Можно, в принципе, телепортироваться. Ведь нам надо в конкретное место. Все заполнено.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Да, блядь, нет, не хочу ничего менять.
Actually, I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
Опа, сейчас у нас еще комнатка появится. О, ебать, красиво.
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
Блин, я, по-моему, этих фестралов выпустил вообще вот тут. Да, конечно же, блядь, да. Вот мальчик.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
Вот девочка. Блин, ну что, надо и того забрать тогда. Че он тут будет один тусить?
Everything's all right now.
Эту птицу можно? О. Ушишку. И больше никого нельзя. Так, что выпускаем? Животных. О, этот волосатый был. Так, чё, как? Чё? Так, сделаем вот так. Опа, можно их теперь разводить. Все, друзья, вот там можете жрать. Так, а у них есть какой-то там шар любимый. О, да, ему нравится.
Revelio.
Такс. Разводить. Так, ну чё, вот 29 минут. Надо подождать теперь. И будет у нас маленький фестрал. Чудесно просто. Так, ну пока они там разводятся, посмотрим, какие еще задания есть. Я видел, в Хоксмиде были задания. Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту. Ебать, неудачник.
Revelio.
Ой, нифига, что он тут делает? Пускает себе в глаза какую-то херню. Блин, а потом будет на зрение жаловаться. Так, нам сюда. Опа.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're causing Mr. Moon terrible distress.
Ha! Good. That was the idea.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl. On your stationery.
Ah. Well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
He is a bit much for a caretaker, but he means well. And he's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
The statues are a form of bullying. You'll know better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Так, теперь нам надо к нашему смотрителю. Летим, летим, летим. Ой, это ж башня директора, да? Есть вот директорский кабинет, где Дамблдор жил. О, получилось. Лохомора! Взломаем кабинет директора. Насыпем ему кнопок на стул. Блин, а чё? Вот, замочек взломаем. Готово. Вот. Распределительная шляпа. О, еще тут есть портрет. Какой-то. Это директора. Умершие директора, походу. О. Светящаяся книга. И что, это все? Скроем тут все двери. Посмотрим, где спит директор. А, вот тут нет. Так, зачитайте, кто любит такие истории. Просто ограбили его. Так, больше ничего мы там не найдем. О, нифига, здесь нельзя приземлиться. Почему? Что за бред?
Revelio.
Еверью. Так, пиздуем отсюда. Что такое? Ничего. Тык. О, может тут что-нибудь интересненькое будет.
Alohomora.
Лохомора.
Revelio.
О. Бабки. О,
Mine now,
какая-то
demiguys.
потайная комната.
Revelio.
Ебать. Весь в говне теперь буду ходить. Вот женский туалет. Опа.
Quiet, please. We are making. You make a point.
О,
Lumos.
ой, у нас тут концерт. Смотрите, стараются.
Now, artists, let us begin.
А ты, дудист, давай лучше дуй. Ту-ту.
Revelio.
О, вот наш мистер Мун.
Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was a classmate of yours that you bullied, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
Да, он.
Yes, him. That's the one.
Oh, he could always take a joke, Piers. He's playing with me. Ha! Hasn't changed a bit. Oh, I wonder if he still has the flowing locks. Pigtails. Clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old Pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
Давай, иди навести. Так, может у нас тут где-нибудь еще какие-нибудь миссии есть? Такс. Тут нифига, тут. О, есть вот тут. Давайте посмотрим. В какую игру потом поиграть после Хогвартса?
Oh, it's you! Just the person I need.
Да, блять, а кто еще может спать на полу, кроме меня?
Samantha, is everything all right?
No, it's not. It's my brother William. The one I told you about after Charms class. He's been cursed. He ignored my warning and now he's lying in St. Mungo's looking completely pathetic. He simply never listens.
I'm sorry. How exactly has he been cursed?
Oh, you won't believe it. Truly, but his feet were turned into purple beets. You can imagine his distress. And mine. I won't even go into the attention he was getting from our garden rabbits before he admitted himself to hospital.
Beats for feet. How hilarious. I mean, how terrible. Horrible. Truly.
You and the entire school may find it funny, but the situation is dire.
Well, it is an unusual situation. How did your brother end up like this?
It's entirely his own fault. I told him about some research I'd done recently on our ancestor Marmaduke Dale. In particular, my discovery that Marmaduke's tomb was cursed. My brother's always making fun of my discoveries. This time, he laughed in my face. Told me I'd misinterpreted my findings. As if that weren't possible. And to prove his point, he went right up to the entrance of the tomb and poof! His feet transfigured into beets.
How awful. I can see why you're upset. He definitely needs some help.
Exactly. He may be a cape flapper, but he's still my brother. And no one deserves such a fate to last forever, especially as the result of a single brainless mistake. Now I worry that if the curse isn't reversed, it could become permanent.
Can't the curse be broken?
Possibly. The curse stems from a crest that was stolen from Marmaduke. If the crest were returned to its rightful place upon his sarcophagus, then I believe that William's feet may be restored. You battled trolls when they attacked Hogsmeade, escaped a dragon, and I could tell by your work and charms that you're a skilled spellcaster. Returning a crest to a sarcophagus should be almost effortless for you. So, will you help us?
Why was Marmaduke's tomb cursed?
The curse is the result of an intense sibling rivalry between Granham Dale and his younger brother Marmaduke. Marmaduke was a famed herbologist, and Granham resented the attention that he received.
Sibling rivalry. Sounds as if it might run in the family.
But I would never intentionally curse my brother, not like Granham did. When their mother died, Marmaduke was given the prized family crest. Granham felt that as the eldest child, he should have been given it. Years later, when Marmaduke died, Granham stole it and cursed the tomb so that none in the Dale family could ever pay their respects.
How do you know it's safe? I don't want my feet to turn into beets as well.
Oh, but the curse only applies to Marmaduke's descendants, as my brother so aptly demonstrated. That's why I need your help. You're unrelated to my family, so the curse wouldn't affect you.
Why is your ancestor so well known?
He discovered the properties of several magical herbs and plants. He also uncovered numerous types of flora. The wizarding world owes him a great debt. His work not only impacted the discipline of herbology, but also potion making.
Так, ну все,
I can take the
конечно.
crest of Marmaduke's sarcophagus for you.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! You'll simply go into the tomb where Marmaduke was laid to rest and place the crest on top of his sarcophagus. According to my research, the tomb's been abandoned for centuries, so it should be a fairly simple task. You'll find it just east of the hamlet of Brockborough. Thank you for your help. My family
Так,
is
сейчас,
indebted
друзья,
to you.
секундочку, одну секундочку. Чё, пойдемте отнесем герб.
I need to find the tomb near Brockborough and place Samantha's family crest on a sarcophagus there.
Бля, далековато. Поближе не мог украсть этот герб. Блядь, доигрался. Ой, я знаю, что вот мистер Мун, которого мы искали так упорно, и здесь недалеко живет. Вот еще одна страничка. По-моему, где-то тут. О, да, он тут тоже заперся. Тыдыньк. Ох, сколько тут всего можно забрать. Штуки для палки. Я уже забыл даже, как моя палка выглядит. Ой, у меня бузинная палочка, точно. Вот так. Так, ну что, поближе переместиться можно куда-нибудь? Карт мира. О, нам сюда. Ух. Блин, может и мои ноги превратятся в морковки. Бля. Ревельо.
Oh, here's a pleasant surprise.
Так, ебать, надо теперь эти палочки найти все. Всех бабочек найти и привести их. Это что тут корова? Ой, я могу ее атаковать. Сальто коровой. И еще раз. Кстати, чтобы ачивку получить, надо 10 раз, чтобы корова сальто сделала. Такой есть приз в игре. У меня все получены, так что ачивки я точно никакой не получу. Бля, не любая корова-то выдержит. Бля, вон еще бабочки. Ты что, мало было?
Lumos. Merlin himself would be proud.
Ре.
Revelio.
О, может тут что-нибудь интересное есть? Блин, ну да, конечно, есть.
Alohomora.
Алхамора. Алхамора, бля.
Revelio.
Бабки. Че, и все? Ради этого мы этот дом вскрывали. А ну пошли. Мужичье. Блин, все остальное уже вскрыто. Пу-пу-пу-пу-пу-пу. Яблочный сок.
Oh, thank you enough. Revelio.
О, а что такое? Сундучок. Бать, от волка сразу ничего не осталось. Потряс волков просто своей магией. Мне казалось, их было трое. Правильно казалось.
What do you have in store for me this time? These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
Это же самое легкое испытание Мерлина.
Revelio.
Это что такое? Ой, тут эти пушишки живут. Зона обитания.
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
А тут что? Да, сюда, правильно, правильно. А там, наверное, пауки, всякая такая гадость различного
Oh, my
масштаба.
feet didn't turn into beads. That's a good start. Confringo. Revelio. Should have known her.
Ой, нихуя, они меня убили. Не думал, что это может закончиться прям так сразу. Опутали меня.
Lumos. Should have known a herbologist would use devil's snare.
Там какой-то прям резкий проход. Хочу все-таки пройтись, посмотреть. Может, тут что-то есть интересное. Люмос. Здесь обязательно надо будет собрать этот ящик. Блять, съебал от меня. Там еще что-то есть. Что, туда не попасть? Никак невозможно. А, он ползает по кругу.
Lumos.
Lumos.
A troll? You can't be serious. Bombarda!
Смерть троллям.
That was a close one. Revelio.
Че, все, я в тупике? Тупиковая ситуация, да? Ой, я вижу еще какой-то... Это тот проходик, да? Пойдем посмотрим, что там есть. О, тут есть всякая херня, шарфы. Шарфы хранятся тут. Бля, не падаем. Мы идем туда. Блин, ну я вот с троллем сражался. Она мне стопудово должна будет дать.
A sarcophagus. That should reverse the curse. Hopefully.
О, какой маг, волшебник. Тут лежит. Как говорится, лежу на пляжу. Это что такое, блядь?
Lumos.
Все, в этот раз меня не опутают дьявольские путы. Я туда? 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 Выйти?
Samantha will be glad to hear that the crest has been returned. I certainly hope it reverses the curse. Bombarda!
Ой, а есть же это... Легкий способ уничтожить тварь. Блять, там еще одна. О, бежит прям. Смерть. Зимой купаться-то не очень. А что такое? Еще одна пещера какая-то? Ревелио. Блин, мне кажется, там уже наши фестралы переплодились. Сейчас приду, а там, блядь, уже 10.
I should investigate.
Ой, я вижу шары.
You can feed a beast, or it can...
Метлу еще прикупил такую мощную.
Revelio.
Да, теперь нас хуй с этой метлой кто остановит. Так, что, нам надо попасть вовнутрь. Во внутреннее помещение.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
О,
I'm happy to tell you that I returned the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus, just as you asked.
I thought as much. I received word from St. Mungo's that my brother's feet are back to normal. No more beats. Oh, I cannot thank you enough. It wasn't too much trouble, I hope.
меня чуть не убил тролль.
Well, there was a troll in the tomb.
A troll? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. That's awful. No one has been in that tomb for centuries. But I can't say I'm surprised. Marmaduke seems to have been full of surprises.
Indeed he was.
Well, I suppose I should be going. I'm anxious to see my brother, who must be elated to have his feet back.
Of course, I certainly would be.
William and I are forever in your debt. Thank you again for what you did.
Хо-хо. Чё, бабла, блин, она не дала нам бабла. Вот эти ученики уроды. О, здесь еще миссия есть.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Revelio.
О, крипту. Отправляемся в крипту. Тут ждет наш дружочек.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
I know we had to do it to open the scriptorium, but it's not something I'd want to repeat.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Я пошел.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I would agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
Poor Anne and Sebastian.
That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I can't lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Погнал, дружок. Чё он так боится, интересно? Себастьян. Рад видеть, дружок. О, у нас тут еще турнирчик. Давайте его быстренько хлопнем.
Hello, Grace. What are you doing here?
Nice to see you. Thank you again for your help at the lake. I've become quite good at Summoner's Court, and I'm waiting for my next opponent. I suppose that's you.
I suppose so.
Shall we begin?
I'm game.
Well, let's see what you're made of.
Поглядим, поглядим. Упс, что это? Такс. У меня получится, я думаю.
Impressive.
Кто-то просто лох.
You didn't see that.
Блин.
Impressive. That's the way to do it.
Блин, хочу сотку. Чё, отсосала? А?
Well, it appears I've been bested.
Надо тебе поучиться играть, сучка.
Well done. Diving, summoner's court. Seems there's nothing you can't do.
There wasn't much to it.
You really are insufferable. You may have beaten me, but your next opponent is sure to take you down a peg, which will be a joy to see.
Ну,
I
посмотрим.
do wish you would take your time.
Что каждый говорит мне тут одно и то же. Запутанная паутина. Тут есть еще задание. Давайте посмотрим, может там наши эти фистралы родились. Родились. Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла. Ой, я же еще много вещей неопознанных нашел. Что там есть что-нибудь крутенькое? О, почти все крутенькое. Давайте поглядим. Так, перчатку я не находил. Очки не находил. Шляпа. Блин, ну на один менять не буду пока что. Падение плюс 4. Берем. Тоже менять не буду. Так. Ой, теперь можно усовершенствовать наш шарф новый. Уси кота. Угу. О, все родились. Все счастливы. Ну и вон маленькое животное. Типа вот такой вот. Так, повыдергивали волосы у Фестрала. Так, а что тут у нас? О, гиппогриф. Мех пушишки. Тут еще были животные. О. Так, и вот сюда еще забежим, быстренько заберем все, что есть тут. И пойдем дальше. Ой, блядь. Псы кошачьи. Вот херня еще не пожрала. Так, что там насчет этого, блядь, фискала?
Could you remind me what I'm to do with the Thestrals, Deke?
Release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
Так все же получилось. Расчешите, блядь, потомство Фестрала. Его еще, блядь, почесать надо.
Revelio.
Где он? Бля. Напугал его.
I should let Deke know about the newborn Thestral.
Так, надо рассказать Дику, что мы почесали Фестрала. Пиздец, конечно, заданица.
Hello, Deke. You'll be pleased to know that a little Thestral was born.
How wonderful to have more Thestrals in our world. Such misunderstood beasts.
I'm sorry that we both can see Thestrals, Deke.
Deke is privileged to see such majestic beasts, but sometimes wishes Deke couldn't. Deke is to blame.
What do you mean, to blame?
Years ago, Deke's master ordered Deke to help him capture a phoenix, the rarest of all beasts, that master had spotted high on a cliff. The phoenix was the most beautiful beast Deke had ever seen. Deke begged master to leave her be. When Deke hesitated to climb up the cliff as ordered, Deke had to punish himself. As Deke punished himself, master grew angrier and angrier, and in his frustration cast at the regal bird. Deke suspects the phoenix was protecting eggs when it swooped down in fear and fury. Before Deke could reach him, master fell from the cliff. Deke stayed on that cliffside for days, punishing himself, before Tobbs found him.
It sounds to me as if your master got what he deserved.
Deke never wanted anyone to get hurt. Not the phoenix, not Tobbs, and not even master. Deke often wonders what became of that phoenix. Deke feels fortunate to be at Hogwarts now, helping you rescue beasts. Perhaps Deke can make amends for what came before.
Так, еще одно задание мы порешали. Это что такое? Какие-то параллельные миссии. Такс. Так, ну что, тут есть вот задание, давайте попробуем его пройти.
On another adventure, are we?
А здесь метлу продают, да?
You're back. Nice to see you again.
Вот что.
That item is of the highest quality.
Таких прикольных он больше
Thanks
не
for stopping
продает.
by. Hope to see you again.
Так.
Oh, I do hope Mary and her neighbours aren't harmed.
Excuse me, sir. Are you all right?
Just barely. But I don't want to trouble a student with my woes.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
I'm not so sure. Name's Crispin Dunn, by the way. I trade in the surrounding hamlets. Do the most business in Arranshire. A lovely little hamlet. Just stunning gardens. Just the other day, the Daily Prophet ran an article on its scenic hedgerows. Actually, before I go on, I should ask, are you afraid of spiders?
Spiders don't bother me at all. You'd be impressed by how many I've dispatched lately.
Lucky you. The hamlet's overrun with the vile things, and they're acting abnormally aggressively.
I'm concerned about my customers, of course, but it appears that most of the hamlet's residents fled to safety. It's my friend Mary I worry about. I haven't heard from her, and I fear she's trapped in her cottage.
Understandable. But why don't you check on her yourself?
I would, but I have a crippling fear of the eight-legged beasts, which I, unlike you, seem incapable of conquering. I don't know what to do. Can you think of anyone who can help Mary?
Why are there so many spiders in Arranshire all of a sudden?
I honestly don't know. I've never seen so many spiders in all of my life. It's almost as if someone's breeding them. They've trapped the entire hamlet in webs. I was lucky to escape it all. Mary always has a way with these beasts. It's very concerning not to hear from her.
Ой.
Why is it you can't conquer your fear of spiders?
When I was a small child, I was being tormented and chased by a group of local bullies and slid into the hollow of a tree to hide. Within moments, spiders were crawling over every inch of my body. Seemed I'd stumbled on a nest. I couldn't move, paralysed by fear of the spiders and an equally profound fear of the wizards I knew were just outside the tree. I was there for what seemed hours. I can feel their legs on me now just talking about it. Ugh.
Why didn't you ask the ministry for help?
I did. Reached out to anyone who would listen. Tried Minister Spout old Spavin himself. But evidently they have their hands full with who knows what else. It seems this little hamlet has to fend for itself.
I'll try my very best, Mr. Dunn.
Please do. If you can think of anyone that may be brave enough to help, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They'll find Arrowshire southeast of Hogsmeade, just below the train station.
Кто еще, блядь, нам помощь окажет? Было бы круто, если можно было бы брать своих школьных друзей на задание. Потом у нее есть Себастьяна, блядь, даже того же.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Так, куда нам предлагают? О, вот в этот городочек.
This must be Arrowshire. I'd best keep an eye out for spiders. Bombarda! Confringo! There is more than I expected. Tago! Surely that's the last of them. Revelio.
Pleasure to see you again. Can't tell you how happy Milo's daughter was to get that watch.
Говорит, а его там нету. Бля, разработчики облажались в очередной раз.
Revelio.
Так, что нам в этот дом, наверное?
Oh no, this must be Mary. If Mary was breeding these things in her cellar, that means there are more underground. I'll need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end. Revelio.
Чё, куда нам надо? Подвал дома? Где? Вот в этот подвальчик с паучками нам надо спуститься и добить злостных тварей.
This is where Mary bred the spiders. They're not here now. Revelio. Well, this isn't a good sign. These spiders have gone somewhere. A ladder. I'm not sure I want to know where this leads. Best be ready for whatever I may find down there. Hexax. I need to find and destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse.
Сейчас я вас, блядь.
Revelio.
Так, кучки-то нам отсосали. Ну, пока что.
I hate to think that they see me, but I don't see them.
Бомбардер, бомбардер. Блять, уполз.
Revelio.
Оп, 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 оп.
Perhaps one except destroyed. I should get the rest. Shame it's so foul.
Иди сюда.
Revelio.
Прихлопнули, тварь.
Can't let you harm Aranshire any more than you already have.
Так, а что, тут ничего?
Half finished. But I need to destroy all of the exacts.
Так, вон там еще есть проходик.
These eggs must be destroyed.
А ну пошли все. Не надо меня тут пугать. Так, ну чё, куда идти-то? Наверное, вот туда. Те рога твои подсрезал.
That's the last of the spider sacks. Revelio.
Блин, найди то, найди сё.
I suppose I know what happened to Mary Portman now. She was breeding the spiders.
смерть неверным. Отвали. Хорошие пауки, мертвые пауки, да? Ой, ну конечно же еще. Это кто там? Ой. Все. И это все, что вы можете. Так, вот этот сундучок обязательно не забудьте забрать из него вот эту херню. Так, ну все чисто, все в порядке. Пауки уничтожены. Так, мы вроде тут по лесенке, да, поднимались. Так, ну что, пойдемте расскажем радостную весть мужичку. О, это же платформа, куда Хогвартс Экспресс прилетает, приезжает. Ой, здесь есть вот эта штука. Что делать-то надо? Во, все, я понял. Надо херачить, стрелять. Все ясно. Не с того начал. А тут она где? Здесь. Короче, надо вот так. И вот тут.
So tricky after all, Merlin.
Ой, а там магазин какой-то. Я у него метлу покупал. С него достаточно. Еще одно.
Revelio.
Че, еще где-то? О.
Revelio.
Где еще? Ой, вижу еще один шар. Он, наверное, последний.
That's that. Settled.
Блять, конечно. Выпустите. Выпустите, выпустите.
Revelio.
Ой, тут сундук. Шоколадная лягушка. Так. К этому арахнофобу сходим. Блять, опять куст не подстригли.
Mr. Dunn, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
It seems poor Mary was breeding spiders in her home for profit and vastly underestimated their propensity to multiply.
Oh, Mary. What untoward scheme were you involved in? If she needed financial assistance, she could have just come to me. She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend, but you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders? I can't believe it, but I'm certainly relieved. I imagine the first order of business will be to help the hamlet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
That's the spirit. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary.
Так, ну что, у нас вот еще есть миссия. Ой, вот здесь есть миссия. Тогда пройдем ее сначала. А потом начнем проходить главную. Бать, вылезет, ё-моё.
Hello, is there something I can help you with?
How do you do? I'm Saccharissa Tugwood, and I have an exciting business proposition for you. Now, it may surprise you to learn that someone of my obvious esteemed lineage would be in business. But I only want to help the less fortunate.
Какая ты добрая.
That's incredibly nice of you.
Oh, there's more. You see, I've been experimenting with a new beauty cream. A cream that will rid our glorious school of the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our poor pubescent classmates. But I've run out of the key ingredient, Booba Tuber pus. Booba tubers do grow in the Forbidden Forest, however. If only I could pay someone to collect a few for me.
Бомбон-тюберы.
What precisely are booba tubers?
Disgusting things, really, covered in protrusions. One needs to squeeze them to collect the pus. They smell simply awful and seem to move on their own. Ugh, I wouldn't go near the things if it weren't for my devotion to my classmates.
How on earth did you discover that booba tuber pus clears one's skin?
One cannot rely on spells for all appearance enhancements. The errant cast, for example, could relocate one's eyebrows entirely rather than merely thinning them. My darling and now perpetually surprised-looking neighbour discovered that on her own. Poor thing. I am convinced that beauty potions are the future. I'm forever looking for ways to make this world a more beautiful place. I suspected that if pure booba tuber pus could cause boils, an altered form would likely reverse such abominations. And I was correct.
I can try and find some for you if I have the time.
Marvellous. I'd go myself, but I don't want to. I only need a few booba tubers, but they grow wild, so you'll have to look around. Our spotty classmates are counting on you, so you mustn't tarry.
Так, ну чё, поможем ей.
Into the forbidden forest for booba tubers. I hope it's worth the risk. This is where Saccharissa said to go. Now, where are those booba tubers?
Я вижу их. Да, блядь, давай.
Oh, that smells awful. Only 4 more, thank goodness. Confringo! Revelio.
Confringo! Incendio! Incendio!
Так, еще в логове тролля. Да.
Just my luck.
Все, блядь.
Should think they felt that in London.
Смерть неверным.
Revelio. That should do it. I'd better get back to Saccharissa now.
Так, ну эта тетка теперь должна мне денег за них. Это было сложно. Ну, относительно, конечно.
after me. You've had too much fire whiskey if you think you can outdo my take. Hardly carry the sack.
Опа. Яйца.
This place has seen better days.
Да. О.
Saccharissa, I found the booba tubers you needed.
Splendid. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. May I have them?
It actually was a spot of trouble. You never mentioned I might encounter a troll. I think you should pay me more.
I suppose a higher price is less offensive than being forced to regard the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our pubescent classmates. Thank you, and your payment, of course. Now I can begin perfecting my potion to save our poor pimply peers. Don't know who should be more grateful, I or our unsightly spotty classmates. One day the wizarding world will know my name, and you will have been a small part of it.
Level up. Ладно, сохраним потом. Воспользуюсь. Так, и погнали на нашу главную миссию.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it, and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
О, Сабу нам прислал. Счастлив, что мы ему помогли.
The beasts are safer now.
Так, что нам сюда?
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Ну да, стопудово не сюда, но тут что-то есть.
Revelio.
Это маячок поставить. Ой, тут наша подружка.
Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poachers' best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way.
Бежим за ней. Ой, какая-то веселая миссия будет.
A centaur. Tread carefully.
О, кентавра.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
Хорошо. Нам, походу, пригрозили кентавра.
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
Suspicious. Перойка ее сожрала просто.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
За Поппи-Топпи следуй.
This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Так, изучим.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left?
Изучим тут все.
Pelts. Poor beasts. Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. Revelio. This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin-made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this. How did goblins and poacher interests align?
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures, though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
Так.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a
Ты чё,
less discreet
пойдём,
approach?
блядь.
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
I would say that Irondale is not. lamb returns to the wolf. Feisty little pug.
Пошла ты.
Minister for Magic himself. What is going on?
Блять, вообще запутался. Вот это.
Only one way to find out.
Я, конечно же, починил этот мост. Палатка браконьеров. Что там у нас такое?
What in Merlin's name? Are those dragons?
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Horntail Hall.
The name makes sense now. And the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizardkind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being on the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
Revelio.
Так, давай. Вот сюда.
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking?
Так, ходи сундук. Со шляпой.
Did you hear those goblins? Round up on the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there?
Бля, они там дракона пытают.
She's putting up quite the fight.
Насилуют его своими палками
Let's even her up, shall we?
волшебными.
Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. Can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Alohomora.
Alohomora. Да, как же мы просто спиздили у браконьеров яйцо.
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us 10 seconds.
Let's make them count.
Левиоса. Это моя Левиоса.
You're the one we're looking for, ain't you, poor friend? How nice of you to stop by.
Разобрались.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
Ой, дракон-то это... Сейчас шутить не будет. Ну, только мы знали заклинание защиты от огня. Мне кажется, от маков ее крыльев их должно было над этот огонь сдуть.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
Так.
Since the dragon we freed flew off, does that mean we get to keep the egg?
I'd much rather we have it than the poachers, at least for now. But I don't think we should keep it indefinitely. It'll be hard hiding something like this from Professor Weasley for long.
Should we expect trouble from the poachers, given the trouble we just caused?
It would be foolish not to expect it. They're not a forgiving lot. I'm sorry to say that you likely have a larger target on your back now because of what we just did.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it. Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle. You've got good plans.
Так, пора в замок.
It's time you learned the transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
Что он нам там предложила изучить заклинание какое-то? Так, надо 2 страницы забрать. Это, наверное, наше будет последнее сегодня задание. Получим чары. О, браконьеры. Выполнили испытания. Давайте посмотрим, может мы там что-нибудь насобирали в этих испытаниях. Так, ну вот забой прям дофига всего получили. Всякие награды для усиления. О. Забавная маска. Тыква. Если вам не нравится лицо вашего персонажа, нацепите на него голову тыквы. Я не знаю, куда нам пройти, надо вот сюда. Подземная гавань Хогвартса. Что это, лифт? Как бы под пещеру прям.
So this is the underground harbor.
Так вот. Ой, там сундук стоит. Так. О, какие-то призраки.
Don't you see the romance of it all? You and I, we are the stuff of poems. Our love is the muse of 1,000 rhymes.
Нет, дружище. Ей на тебя насрать. Она всегда плачет.
The Grey Lady. I'd say hello, but she doesn't seem particularly social.
Серая дама. Так, и следующее у нас библиотеки. лазик. Блин, не туда телепортировался. Ну ладно, пройдемся. Библиотека, библиотека.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the Wizarding World. None of the other students would try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. They don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
If that's the only way I can convince you to give me that book, then let's get it over with.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The golden snidget.
Correct! The Snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical artifacts?
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consist of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
Bludger.
The Bludger.
I'm sorry, but the correct answer was the Quaffle. When a chaser throws the Quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice Potion allows the drinker to change species.
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice Potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Так. Пора нам выучить новую магию, друзья.
Uncle Warren sends his best. He often asks after you.
I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to. I'm hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
Revelio.
Oh. Так, ну чё? А, надо подождать утра, наверное, да?
Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do.
Ой, блядь. И все, я владел трансфигурацией. Вот так вот. Хуякс, хуякс. Вот тебе бабочка, мотылек. Или хуёк какой-нибудь.
Beautifully done.
Все прям, блядь, отличники такие. Что надо поговорить с ней? Так, блин, назначим это сюда. Пу-пу-пу, пу-пу-пу-пу-пу. Блин, это вот сюда. Нет, надо вот это. Ну все, вроде неплохо. Ой, блядь, опять не туда. Вот туда, туда. Такая есть, такая есть. И тут будет такая.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deke tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a ghost for information connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Нет.
Not at all. I'm fascinated by ghosts and, food, and I was interested in learning more about the castle and the surrounding area.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Since our visit to Felcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
Так, друзья, ну мы...
But I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
Так, ну на этом мы сегодня закончим, друзья мои. Ой, всем спасибо за просмотр, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на мой канал. С вами был Саня, это мой канал Gamerzone, и до скорых встреч в Хогвартсе. Goodbye, друзья.